it's Elizabeth from Fern Creek Stickers, and I am here today to flip through my January through December Hobonichi Cousin. So you can see this planner got rather thick, and I am so glad that I got the 6-month version. I'm a little bit worried about my daily for this year. That is a full year in one book, but I'm trying to use fewer stickers to hopefully make it less thick. So I thought it would be fun to flip through here and see how I ended up using this planner. So I didn't do anything to like decorate the pockets or put anything in here. I stuck some stickers in the back, but I didn't really do much with the pocket situation. So in the front, I've got a nameplate that I made for myself, and then this was my sort of annual overview. And so I used some mild liners to mark dates here. I have, which I like, am not super happy with how these colors match. For Christmas, I got some Tombow dual brush markers, which I've been using a lot in my new daily planner and I love. So I wish I'd had those then to get the colors to match better. This looks really pretty, but I honestly did not refer to this a ton, although kind of funnily, I don't know if that's the right word. Strangely enough though, I feel like I've been looking at this page a ton in my new planner because I often do want to consult the academic calendar, but I don't know why. I cannot remember turning to this page at all. And then this I set up and did not use for anything. So I was gonna use this for future planning. In my new planner, I'm using this as a habit tracker, so I do have a use for this. Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, I wrote something down that's happening in February that actually I'd totally forgotten about. So I need to put that in my new planner. And then it comes with some extra monthlies that I didn't use. So here's my monthlies. So I did use a kit for all the monthlies. They're pretty straightforward. Looks like a bug got smushed in here. That's weird. Okay, taking that bug out. So just really, I use my monthlies for planning ahead, things that are happening, to be able to keep an eye on them. So then there's August. If I can separate the paper, September, October. I got a little fancy here with putting some washi in the sidebar. November and December. So the monthlies are pretty straightforward, and I did make these tabs that I used. I feel like I put them on the wrong page. I should have put them on the other side, and I keep saying I'm gonna bring tabs to the shop, but we'll see. They're a little bit more complicated than I don't know if I want to deal with them. I was gonna make some tabs for myself for my new planners, and I was like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. So anyway, and then January I didn't use because I was moved into my new planner. So then we get into the weekly spreads, and you'll see kind of an evolution of trying to figure out what I was gonna be doing with my weekly spreads. So so this was when I was on maternity leave, so there really wasn't a ton of stuff that I needed to plan. Like this week is extremely empty, so not a lot of stuff in these weeks, but I planned them out and made them look pretty. Yeah, again, like nothing here. It is fun to look back at these old kits, and I do like, yeah, I love the look of the weekly spreads, but it just ended up not being super functional for me. And here's when I started putting habit tracker in. Yeah, I was looking to see if that was the first week. I'd been using the little habit trackers, but then I started to put one in the sidebar, and I did keep up with using this for a while, although I wasn't always great about filling in my habit tracker, because one of the things, and again, one of the reasons I switched planners was I really didn't flip back to the weeklies all that often, so I wasn't using things like that as much as I might have. And either I was not filling that out or I was very bad at doing my habits that week. Then this was the first week of school, so I'm gonna have more plans starting this week because I was back to work. And here I think I was starting to divide things up. Before I'd been using the Monday through Sunday box in the sidebar, like for either cleaning schedule or dinner, but here I was starting to put dinners in the bottom. Here I divided that up with skinny washi. It is really fun to go back and see all these kits. Okay, maybe I was better at using the habit trackers than I thought. And then here was where I really started doing things differently. So this is the end of September, where I really started to divide my days up into more different things, because I realized I just wasn't using a ton of the space when I was just using it for kind of like plans, sort of putting them in chronological order for my day. So here I started dividing things up. Above the full boxes were things that were planned for the day, and then I've got social media, dinner, and cleaning, and then later I added a section for word games at the bottom. But this worked better for me, and this is very much what I did when I started doing decorative planning in an Erin Condren vertical. I had a very similar kind of setup. And then here I added, this week I did not track anything, but I realized I like had more space than I actually needed. And so, or maybe this was like, I think maybe Brian was cooking dinner this week, so I didn't need to mark dinner. So I was gonna put in my word games and fun stuff. And then I think this was a week where I like got the base down and then did nothing. So here's where I did put my word games, like how many it took to get Wordle, if I got connections, how long it took me to do the crossword, whether I read, whether I played my video game. Then here was a week, so you're gonna see things. November and December were kind of rough. So we were collectively sick. I was finishing the advent calendars. We were hiring 3 people at work. It was, oh yeah, and then Daniel's never been a good sleeper, but in November his sleep just like totally fell apart again. So yeah, so you're gonna see November and December are going to get rather empty. So I think this was the October mystery kit, and I got the base laid down and then didn't get any further than that. And then there are definitely gonna be some empty weeks here where I was either just using the dailies or like planning on a notepad or just flying by the seat of my pants and really having no plan, which is not how I like to function. And it's one of those things where I think planning is definitely worth the time you stop to spend and plan, even when you're busy, is totally worth it to know what you're doing and be able to use your time better. But you know, sometimes it doesn't feel like that. Then here is the beginning of December, got back into planning a little bit. And then a couple more blank weeks. So, you know, so November and December, not so many, but it is fun to go back through those weekly spreads and to see them. So then getting into the daily pages, again, you're gonna see really consistent until like November and December, but I use them in a few different ways, and that's, I did like the flexibility of them. Also the places with pictures, you're gonna see, I put sticky notes over Daniel's face, so just, you can ignore those sticky notes. So I had fun, and you're gonna see I did, like, I was extra. I used all the stickers and all the washi and went crazy, which was a lot of fun, but I feel like I need to be careful about that in my new dailies so I don't make it so thick. So, yeah, so it was fun for days like this where this was Daniel's baptism and we had family in town. So I was able to just decorate and put some pictures in here. And then getting started, I generally, so you'll see while I was on maternity leave, I would usually just have a to-do list and a place for memories. And that was the kind of the things I needed. But again, I like having the unstructured daily pages because there's things here, like this was some random stickers I was releasing, and I've got room to just make a little to-do list for that. So using all the washi, all the deco, all the stickers, and having a lot of fun with that. So this was kind of to-do list and memories. This was clearly sort of my format for this period of time. And then we had family visiting again, so used it more for some memory keeping, putting pictures in. So I got one of the mini photo printers. This is the Kodak Step. I have not been super happy with it. And maybe I should have. This is when I cheaped out a little bit. This was less expensive, but it still had pretty good reviews. But I know that there's other ones that people recommend more, but I don't love the colors. And when I contacted them, they were kind of like, well, of course the colors aren't going to be as vibrant as your phone, but I was kind of like, I don't know. And so I've, you know, tried things to try to get the colors better. I don't love them, so I haven't used this as much as I would like to. For my regular memory planner, I just print pictures on the printers that I use to print stickers, and the quality is great. So I have a way to do it, but what I liked about this was I could do it right at my desk because the printers are in the basement. So if I'm printing pictures from my memory planner, it's a bit of an ordeal. I print several weeks at once, but I liked how easy this was to print pictures from my phone, but I don't love the quality. So I used it some early on, but I haven't used a ton since then. So I'm not sure that I'm gonna be like a put photos in my planner person, so I don't know that it's worth getting another one. And yeah, and here that I started putting them in black and white so that you didn't see the colors, but even the black and white is like a little bit off. It's, it looks more sepia. So, and again, we were at the beach this week, so I was just putting memories in. And then here is a monthly dashboard. You'll see I set these up a lot of months. I wasn't always really good at going back and filling them in. This one I was. Again, my word of the year for 2024 is habits. So I'm doing a lot of keeping track of habits, and I feel like I'm in a good routine with that, but tracking habits was not a really great part of my planning routine. So you're gonna see some very empty habit trackers going forward. So we are in August now, and I'll probably go through this a little bit faster. And this was getting ready for school to start. So you're gonna see, yeah, now here's the first day of school. So this is where I started to often use the left-hand column as a schedule for the day, and also was dividing up my to-dos into different categories. And I don't think I mentioned this either. The memories, so I use this is like where I keep track of things that I then put in my big memory planner. And I do this year, one of my goals is to show my memory planner more. Partly I've been very behind on it, but I'm getting caught up now, so I do want to show that more. But I then use this, consult this for doing my memory planner. So you're gonna see this is kind of the groove that I fell into for a while. I wasn't always doing the daily schedule, and again, I like that flexibility. Like on weekends, I really didn't need to do that, but that's kind of the planning routine that I've got here for a while. And then here's a week where I didn't use a kit, I just used random washi every day, which was fun. And here's another habit tracker I actually did fill in. Here's a day with no washi or stickers. Yeah, so I really liked using the torn paper and the journaling stickers. And then here's like, I made some notes about stuff I wanted to do for Black Friday. And then I've just got a sticky note here because I was flipping back to this a few times as I was figuring out what, trying to keep track of those plans. And then, but yeah, here is a very empty memory or a habit tracker that I did not go back to. And so yeah, so this is October, and at this point, you know, still doing a pretty good job keeping up with planning. But you're gonna see when we get to November, things are gonna get a little emptier, but still some days where I didn't plan, but I went back and just wrote in memories. Oh, this was funny. Brian told me that I was supposed to do nothing and just relax, so he put that in my planner. Occasionally he will put things in my planner. It is really fun to go back and see all the kits. And I do like how extra I was with all the stickers in here. It is pretty fun. And then here, I think this is where you're gonna start to see, like, this was when life happened and I was not planning very much. And so there's a lot of days I just went back and I put in memories, and that's all that you're gonna see. And here, I like this too. Sometimes on the weekend, I would put a to-do list for both days on one page, and then I put memories for the 2 days on the other page. Another dashboard that I did not go back and fill in. Yeah, and here, yeah, this is very much like, I just wanted to jot down some notes about what happened so I didn't forget, but there is not much there. And this was the week of Thanksgiving, I know that. And again, just putting in some memories. And I do think some of these are ones where I went back and filled in the memories later, while they were still kind of fresh in my mind. So that's November, and then we get into December, and I think the number of like to-do lists and planned out days are very small in December. yeah. Let's see if there's anything left in here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's nothing more in here. So I want to go back and I want to go back and put some memories in here while I can still sort of put them back together so I can get this caught up in my memory planner. But at this point, actually, maybe I just need to do December in my memory planner before I forget this stuff. So after that, it gets blank. So again, real life. I'm really proud with how much I use this planner, but it definitely, life got busy. And part of the challenge was most of December, I was on winter break and Daniel was out of daycare and we were traveling. And so partly like when I'm traveling, I don't need to plan, but also when you have no child care and a baby who wakes up at 4:35, that doesn't give you much time for planning. And then in the back I have, oh, actually look at this. I've got 2 days of memories there. And then I have my reading log, and this continues on the back page, but then I have some financial stuff on the last page. I need to finish catching this up. I need to go, everything that I have read has been on my Kindle, so I can go back and look at my Kindle to see what else I read. So I need to go back and see what else is in there. But I did manage to read a lot in 2023 because I spent a lot of time holding a baby and had a lot of time to read on my Kindle. So that is the flip of my July through December 2023 planner. I really enjoyed using the Cousin. I'm glad that I took a leap into using a Hobonichi and using the Tomoe River paper, because it had always scared me before and seemed like something that would never appeal to me. And now I have used that and jumped into other planners that I think are probably a better fit for me, but this was what got me there. And I think with planners, you always learn from the planner and then move on and figure out what's best based on what you learned. And I feel like I did that. So this was a great planner for me. And I should say too, this is a Moterm cover, and I really like the Moterm covers. It's leather, but they're really affordable. And I have my B6 Daily is in a new Moterm as well. So it was a great cover and held up really well because I was taking this back and forth to work every day, and I think it's in pretty good shape. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and seeing all of my planner spreads, some filled in and some not so filled in, from the last part of 2023. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all again soon.